Hi. I recently received an email from a viewer who says I've been pronouncing the word kilometer incorrectly. It's pronounced kilometer, writes Robert Spears, a speech coach from Halifax. Well, Robert, I would say kilometer, but the truth is, I'm too afraid of being killed. You see, perhaps if the name of this program was Canada's Host with the Best Diction, I'd make a better effort to enunciate. But it's not. The name of this death-defying show is Canada's Worst Driver.
My name's Cheryl, and I have nominated my best friend and business partner, Margarita, for Canada's Worst Driver.
Margarita got her driver's license by bribing the adjudicator.
It's okay.
So obviously, Margarita was never tested on her ability to parallel park.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God, no, Cheryl, seriously, get me out of this.
Okay.
Like, get me out of this right now.
My name is Lenny, and I have nominated my partner Kevin as Canada's Worst Driver.
Car lover Kevin is blind in his right eye, but
Oh, I can't get in there. It's too small.
being blind in one eye is no excuse for not being able to parallel park.
My name is Stefan, and I nominated my wife, Diane, as Canada's Worst Driver.
Yes, he did, and he's a sucker for it.
Diane only got her driver's license 3 years ago,
Well, how do you reverse?
and she's never parallel parked.
No, you tell me how.
My name's Frank. I just nominated my wife, Flora, as Canada's Worst Driver.
New Canadian Flora got her driver's license after just 10 hours of lessons. One of the many things this Albertan can't do
Okay, let's go.
Where should it go?
is parallel park.
Yeah, no, keep this. Just go. Go backward.
Oh, it's not straight again,
Good,
you
good,
see?
good, good.
It's not
That's
straight.
good.
My name is Ray, and I nominated my buddy Azim for Canada's Worst Driver.
Edmontonian Azim needed to take his driver's license test 6 times. And when he finally passed, he still didn't know how to parallel park.
Yeah, no.
Here at the Driver Rehabilitation Center, we have 4 experts on hand. When they're not teaching or advising,
So look up and keep in mind, vision, 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 Margarita.
these fine folks watch every move Canada's worst drivers make.
Whoa!
Then they help me choose who should graduate each episode.
You want to do a short list? I got somebody in mind right now.
We have legal expert Cam Woolley, therapist Shamala Kiru, high-performance driving instructor Philippe Laterno, and our head driving instructor Tim Danter, who right now
Hop in the car.
is about to teach Canada's worst drivers something they all need to know.
So today we're going to do some parallel parking.
Step 1 is getting yourself to the proper starting position.
We're gonna go back until the back tires of our car are even with the maroon car's bumper.
Like that.
Okay?
Step 2 is getting your car into the proper angle.
We're gonna turn the wheel all the way, when I say, to the towards the curb. When you see that car in that mirror, that's when we will stop the car. I can see him. We have our angle.
Step 3 is reversing straight back.
Let the car roll slowly. We want to get our car halfway into the spot.
Step 4 is swinging the nose of your car towards the curb.
Good. Keep rolling, keep rolling, keep rolling. Look ahead. Let us swing straight. Are we straight yet?
No.
Are we straight yet?
Yes, yeah.
Okay, so now we have no space there. Big space here.
Step 5 is pulling forward and getting within 30 centimeters of the curb.
Does that make sense?
Yes, it does. That's not bad.
Now that Canada's worst drivers know the cool art of parallel parking, we're going to have them parallel park this super cool ice cream truck. But instead of telling them they need to park it, we're going to have this unexpected ambulance force them to parallel park it.
Allow me to demonstrate.
It starts with me just driving away. Doot-dee-doot-dee-doo. Drivers come down this road unaware that anything weird is about to happen, and then... Holy smokes! An ambulance! Oh no! What will I do now? Now, I'll simply reverse. Sorry, ambulance, I'll just back up.
I can't back up forever, and luckily,
right there in my mirror, I see a space that I can parallel park in. So, it's time to parallel park.
I get close to the car I want to park behind.
And when my rear wheel gets lined up with its bumper, cut my wheel hard and start referring to this mirror. That's when I want to see the blue car fully appear, which it is now.
Now I straighten my wheel and pull halfway into the space. Then turn my wheel all the way to the left and continue making sure that I
get all the way in without hitting the curb, which it appears that I am doing because I know how to parallel park.
Once I pull forwards,
I should be in perfectly within 30 centimeters of the curb so the ambulance can pass. Now, let's see if Canada's worst drivers learned how to correctly parallel park any vehicle.
the first driver to do this challenge is stressed out Azim.
Did you take a good look at this vehicle before you got in?
Yeah.
So you know where your wheels are, you know where your corners are.
Where am I going through, though?
Are you going down the end of the hallway of cars?
Yeah.
Around that black and white checkered thing and straight back.
Okay. Is there music? Do we got the ice cream truck music?
Cue the music? Yes.
That's awesome.
Azim gets going, but when he sees the ambulance...
Are you serious? Oh, it looks like you're gonna have to do a little bit of parallel parking, my friend.
Azim's stress levels rise.
By law, he has to get out of the way now.
On Azim's first attempt at parking, he panics and bails out. On his second attempt...
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god.
Why are you freaking out?
Azim drives into the car behind him.
And that's a fail.
In the past, Azim has come unglued when he makes mistakes.
I'm hitting the curb.
Today, though, Azim remains fairly calm. Maybe that's because this morning he had his second therapy session with Shamala. And in it, he revealed how and why anxiety affects him.
I want everything to be perfect, and I want to be able to succeed. I don't know, my heart rate goes up. I get more sweaty. You know, you feel a little jittery.
What is it that you're saying to yourself in that moment that's making that fear even worse?
I'm not going to succeed.
So it becomes so consuming for you, right? This fear
definitely.
of failure.
Exactly.
Shamala asked Azim to come up with an affirming phrase that is quick, positive, and personal.
What is a thought that you could tell yourself, like something that you can remember, but that would kind of follow those guidelines?
I just trained for this, and I know I can do this.
Shamala wants Azim to think that phrase while driving.
And then in addition to that, what I want you to do, Azim, is some deep breathing.
All right.
And then when you're ready, I want to hear you repeat the affirmation.
I trained for this. I can do this.
Azim did train for the parallel parking challenge.
Perfect.
And Azim can indeed do it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. That's beautiful.
Azim is getting his stress under control.
I kept on affirming myself that I've trained for this and I can do this.
When we come back, the rest of Canada's worst drivers see if they can parallel park an ice cream truck. Canada's worst drivers have learned to parallel park.
Awesome.
All right, Tim.
Now they're being shocked to learn that what seems like an ice cream truck driving challenge is actually a parallel parking challenge. Up next is inexperienced Diane, who goes through the parking process step by step. Step 1 is getting...
My wheel to the bumper, my wheel to the bumper.
Step 2 is turning right and watching the driver's side mirror until the headlights of the blue car comes fully into view.
It's the blue car, right?
Step 3 is straightening the wheel and driving straight back.
Diane has learned how to parallel park.
Now I'm gonna try to turn.
When she pulls the nose of her truck as close to the curb as she can get, there's only one thing left to do.
I'm just gonna...
Diane pulls forward correctly.
Did you make it?
I don't know.
Diane totally made it.
Look at that, Diane.
Did I do it? Yes, I did. Thank you so much.
Kevin is the next bad driver to face our ambulance.
Okay, I was not expecting that.
I was not expecting Kevin to park perfectly on his first attempt, but I am expecting him to use the steps Tim taught him. Kevin learned that when he's trying to swing his vehicle into the correct angle, he should be looking into his driver's side mirror to see the car he wants to park in front of. But Kevin's only looking in his passenger side mirror. When drivers hit anything in this challenge, they have to try again. Kevin seems like he'll never look in his driver's side mirror.
Okay,
Unless I jog his memory.
Part of the lesson was your mirror on your side, was it not?
Yes?
What was that part of the lesson? Because I noticed you haven't looked in it yet.
Even though I remind Kevin what to do.
Can you see this in your mirror?
Yeah, I see it.
Yeah. So if you see it, don't hit it.
Kevin never uses the driver's side mirror.
Oh.
And he never gets parked. Kevin is a true hazard.
I wouldn't be surprised if ICBC saw this and pulled my license. I really wouldn't.
The next driver to parallel park is Flora. And as usual,
Stop, stop.
Frank is giving a barrage of confusing orders.
Backwards, forward, all the way right.
Eventually, Flora starts ignoring Frank.
Look at this mirror. Hey.
And the results are not too bad, except for one consistent flaw. Whenever Flora starts a new attempt, she pulls up more than a meter away from the car she wants to park behind. Then when she does the maneuver, sure, she ends up perfectly parallel, but she's way too far away from the curb.
Okay, I'm done.
Flora's not terrible, but she is 87 centimeters from the curb.
87 centimeters.
87? Almost
Yeah,
a 1 meter.
Yeah.
The final ice cream truck driver is Margarita. Margarita knows the steps to parallel parking,
So I have to match up my wheels to the back end of the white.
but her execution leaves a lot to be desired.
I screwed this up, yeah.
Margarita screws it up
I'm all just start again.
time after time
No, gotta go again.
after time after time.
You might as well just try again.
Really?
In fact, Margarita never gets parked. But Cheryl has an idea.
Just flash that guy your boobs and he'll park it for you.
When we come back,
I'm taking this spot.
No,
Canada's worst drivers
take it.
get gas.
Move.
This is what starts fist fights at gas stations.
In May of this year, a woman in Calgary had a massive mishap while pulling up to the pump at a gas station. What happened was she hit the pump and flames shot 4 meters into the air. Now, the next challenge for Canada's worst drivers is to pull up to the pump at a gas station while all the other bad drivers also try to get gas. Now, for safety's sake, we will not be using real gas in this challenge. Oh, the humanity.
The gas station we'll be using has 6 pumps. But one of them is diesel, and no one will be driving a diesel vehicle. The 5 vehicles our drivers will be handling are these fine automobiles
What the hell?
that car lover Kevin instantly recognizes.
What do you see, Kevin?
61 Caddy, Dodge Ram camper van, Dodge Wrangler Jeep, BMW 325i, 4-door. Last one that there is a Toyota imported from Japan with the stupid right-hand drive.
Kevin knows his cars.
The only thing that Kevin was incorrect about is this Caddy. It's not from 1961, it's a 62. And for this challenge, it's Kevin's.
Good Lord. This thing is a freaking...
Diane gets the right-hand drive car.
I can't believe it.
Azim feels too short for the van we're giving him.
I need my thing. All right.
Flora gets the Jeep, which needs its mirrors adjusted.
No, sit here, yeah. Does that work?
And Margarita gets the sexy BMW.
Gotta have cleavage in the BMW.
In the gas station, there are already a dozen other vehicles hogging the pumps and clogging the laneways.
Be patient, be kind, fire up your car and go whenever you like.
While everyone gets their car turned on, it becomes apparent that the least patient person here
Go.
is Azim.
Holy crap, Azim.
And the most patient person is Flora.
Go. Go.
In fact,
Go.
it doesn't take long before it becomes apparent that Flora is the only patient person in this gas station.
And the mayhem has already begun.
Where are you going?
Flora is going head first towards an available pump.
You think you can park it like this way?
Flora gets positioned to parallel park,
That way.
but she pulls so far ahead,
Take her, please. Take her, please.
Diane sneaks up from behind. And
Look at Diane's gonna scoop it.
Take it, baby.
Diane takes the spot that should have been Flora's.
See?
That was awesome. We need to do something like that.
This is what starts fist fights at gas stations.
Diane's driving sure could start a fight.
Me.
She's just rear-ended the car in front of her.
You did see it, right?
I did see it. Oh, jeez.
Out you go, you know the drill.
I know.
The drill for this challenge is, anytime a driver hits something or breaks any law, they must leave the gas station briefly to think about what they've done. Meanwhile, Kevin is stopped.
Move. That's what I'm doing.
Margarita is yelling.
Signaling! Signaling! Signaling!
And Azim is stressing.
They want us to parallel park.
Are you serious? I got parallel parking this.
Flora is now trying to parallel park.
Okay, so street.
But as usual,
All the way left. Right.
Frank is being an offensively aggressive passenger.
Let's get in. Get in.
Frank's behavior is downright explosive.
Okay, stop. Fill out the tank. Ouch.
Frank is ordering Flora to fill up her tank before her vehicle has been turned off.
Yay! We're here.
No, not yay.
What?
Your car is still running. You can't put gas in it now. Boom!
Refueling a vehicle with the engine running is dangerous and unlawful.
The minimum fine for gassing up a running vehicle in Ontario is $135. The fine at our rehab center is a quick banishment.
This might be Canada's worst gas station, but we have standards.
Diane learned how to parallel park yesterday, and today,
You could be our first person to get gas.
Yes, I could be.
Diane parallel parks correctly.
And I just go pump, pump, pump.
And you're the first person to succeed.
Diane's done. Because she's learning the lessons we're teaching.
Rehab is really working for you, isn't
Yeah,
it?
it is. Like, I came here because I wanted to be Canada's worst driver.
You wanted to be Canada's worst driver?
Yes, I did. I didn't want to drive.
You're not going to be Canada's worst driver. You're going to leave here a driver.
Yeah, I hope so, yeah. Thank you so much.
On the other side of the gas station,
Get out of my way.
Frank is bullying Flora
All the way left.
into positioning herself
Go. Oh, stop. Stop.
perpendicular to the pump.
She's trying to go in sideways.
She can't drive like that.
Flora's followed Frank's orders, but
You blocked the way. You blocked the way.
now he seems horrified.
What is this?
Okay, you see? Andrew said that what is this? It's illegal.
You can't do this at a gas station. You can't go sideways into the pump because now you're blocking that lane.
While Flora drives her penalty lap,
It's no problem. It's just for fun, okay?
No, it's not for fun. I'm exhausted.
Kevin tries parallel parking in the open space.
Are you kidding me? Atta girl. Come on.
Kevin would make this parking job if he would just...
Dun, 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 dun.
But Kevin turns too late, and he doesn't see the yellow post behind him.
Whoa. Thank you.
Do you not see the big yellow post in your mirror?
Yes, I do see it now.
Now's too late.
Oh.
Go out and do a lap. You ran into something.
With Kevin gone,
Okay, he's going. Go, quick.
it's Margarita's turn to try parallel parking.
Quick, we got it. You totally got it. I got it.
And Margarita totally gets it.
Turn off the car.
Yeah. Perfect, I have premium.
Margarita is the second driver to get gas.
Woohoo!
Woo!
Azim is the third driver to gas up.
Aw, yeah, Z. Smooth sailing, buddy. Wiggity, what?
There we go.
Azim's success means there's just 2 drivers left.
So it's between Kevin and me.
And I kind of feel like that's how this entire series of Canada's Worst Drivers is going to end, with Flora and Kevin.
Whoa, there's the open space.
All the way left. All the way left.
Left?
Left.
Ah, the voice of Frank. It brings such calmness to the vehicle.
Even though Flora is preparing to reverse into the final space,
I'm taking this spot.
Kevin swoops in, but then notices.
Well, this is diesel. I can't fill up with diesel.
Good eye, Kevin. Good eye.
Put diesel in that Cadillac, it'll cost you a few $1,000 to fix it.
When the final non-diesel pump becomes free,
Smile, Frank!
No way.
Flora's in perfect position for it.
Do it, Flora. You can do it this time.
I want to reverse.
Directly.
In the back.
Maybe if Frank yells at her, she'll get pulled in better.
While Flora turns around,
More. Go.
Kevin sneaks around.
Oh my God, is he trying to back up to get gas in the same spot?
Kevin's trying to get gas from the same spot, all right.
Oh, no, you don't. No, you're gonna...
Floor it! Floor it!
Kevin is there.
Move! Move!
This challenge is not just about getting to the gas pump first. It's also about doing it appropriately.
Ah, yeah. It's in!
It's inappropriate and inexcusable.
I'd do this at home anytime if
You
I had
would
to.
not.
If the gas station was this crowded and there was that little bit of opening, hell yeah, I'd just ram her right in there.
Then you are Canada's worst gas getter.
When we come back, Canada's worst drivers learn the fastest way to turn around. Philippe Letourneau will now teach Canada's worst drivers the most difficult skill they have ever encountered.
Ready for more training?
Of course.
Of course, this one you'll love. What we're gonna do here is what we call a full reverse 180. First thing first, I'm gonna back up. Get up to about 45 kilometers per hour. Let go to gas. Let go to gas. Swing one way. Swing the other way. Swing one way. Swing the other way. Holy Drive, and we're out of here. Drive, out of here. We're good? Oh, you seem to be
I
in
don't think I can do it. I don't think I can do it.
We'll do it together.
Okay.
When Philippe does the maneuver, everything happens so fast it seems damn near impossible. But it's actually a fairly simple weight transfer.
So first thing first, we back up. Plus or minus 45 kilometers per hour.
Okay.
When I say lift, you let go to gas. When you back up and you let go to gas, whoop, all of a sudden the weight goes to the back end of the car. So that will help get the front lighter to pivot that car.
Okay.
Then we need to have a change of direction. So you're gonna steer.
First, you steer the wheel just a quarter of a turn.
When this is done, then we need to swing the car the other way. So you'll need to go end over end and swing the car the other way.
Okay.
Let go to gas.
I went the opposite way.
No, you didn't. You just steer way too hard, too soon.
Imagine the steering wheel as a clock. The first turn should bring the driver's left hand from the 9 to the 12. But when the bad drivers all try this maneuver,
Let go to gas. 12 o'clock. Swing the other way. Brake, 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 brake.
they all spin their hand way past 12.
Let go to gas. 12, the other way. Brake.
Sorry.
When I say first change of direction, all you need to do is this slowly.
It takes everyone a few attempts to relax and stop oversteering.
Brake.
But eventually,
Let go to gas. Swing one way, the other way. Put in and drive. 12 o'clock, the other way.
all of Canada's worst drivers,
12 o'clock, the other way. Quick.
and I do mean all,
Right, left, hard.
of Canada's worst drivers,
Wow. Hey.
learn how to quickly reverse using their rear view mirror
Let go to gas. 12 o'clock.
and then do a 180-degree spin out.
Boy, Lengy is gonna himself when he has to do this with me, I tell you.
For this challenge, drivers will reverse our once pristine Mustang down this laneway. Then, they'll do the 180-degree spin out in this generously large space.
I'll show you how it's done.
Reversing at 40 kilometers an hour isn't supposed to be the challenging part of this challenge, but it is freaky. It's not as freaky as the maneuver itself, though.
Yeah! Holy man.
Before I came to rehab 8 years ago, I honestly hated reversing.
I love the rehab center.
Stressed out? Azim is first to try the challenge.
What did Shamala teach you?
I already did the deep breathing, and it's not working.
No?
No, I already told myself I trained for this, and I got this, but...
What happens with people when they first learn a new thought, they don't believe it, right? Because they're so hooked on the old thought.
I actually believe Azim can do this. He's the best driver in rehab. Now he just has to believe that. Well, maybe he's not the best driver in rehab.
Before his second attempt,
Do your breathing thing.
Azim gets so relaxed. He tries doing the maneuver at about 10 kilometers an hour. And attempt number 3 is just as pathetic.
I pressed the brake.
And so's his fourth.
I hit the brake again.
On Azim's fifth and final attempt, he oversteers on his first turn so much he just drives off the course. Azim may need another therapy session.
As usual, I overanalyze, and it just all goes to
When we come back, the rest of Canada's worst drivers attempt this stressful maneuver. Canada's worst drivers have learned how to do a controlled spin out in reverse by steering slightly one way, then a lot the other way. Now they're being tested on this skill in a challenge situation. Margarita arrives at the challenge saying she's upset, and she does a lot of things wrong. First, she drifts to her right. Then she oversteers. She drifts to her left on the third try. And on her fourth try, she hits the brake. Margarita is blaming her bad driving on the fact that she's upset.
How often do you drive upset?
All the time.
Ha ha ha, not funny, miss. I've done $250,000 worth of damage.
Okay, well,
Margarita concentrates before her final run. But will concentrating really be able to make Margarita do this complicated technique?
Do it, do it.
Margarita should concentrate more often.
Bum, 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 bum.
Inexperienced Diane is up next. On her first attempt, Diane goes way too far to the side, and she does the maneuver way too late. Our Mustang's bumper has now bumped its last bump.
Sorry. I'm very sorry.
Before coming to rehab, Diane had never really reversed, but
Sorry.
What are you doing?
not having a reversing history is no excuse for hitting things and then keeping going.
Break. Break! God's sakes.
One reason Diane fails this challenge is that in the moment of truth, Diane consistently looks at the steering wheel instead of looking where she wants to go.
I just did the reverse 180, and it went better than I thought, but it was terrible.
The next driver is Flora. But basic reversing is beyond Flora.
What happened there?
Oh, I think I'm straight.
But you are not.
Flora believes that if she is straight, she doesn't have to steer. Maybe it's the presence of Frank that's intimidating Flora.
Yeah, I'm not straight for some reason.
No, you don't know how to adjust it when you do reverse.
On her next attempt, Flora steers the wrong way. And her final attempt is even worse.
This season is supposed to be about city driving. The city's over there, and you're in a cornfield.
Yeah, crazy.
Flora couldn't get comfortable on this challenge because of a lack of confidence.
And I get pressure from him.
Me?
In his lesson, Kevin learned to do this technique by looking in his rearview mirror and driving with two hands. But now Kevin wants to steer with one hand, and
Can you help me with the speed?
he's looking over his shoulder.
You're at 40. Okay.
Oh my God. First thing he does, turn around and look through the back window. And the worst thing for him is that his bad eye is actually the right one. So he's gonna have to even compensate even more.
As Kevin starts his second run, let's just pause. From this position, Kevin can't see the lane markers to his left. From this angle, Kevin's left is this side.
30.
Kevin keeps reversing blindly,
20.
and he keeps hitting the barrier he can't see. Where are you looking?
When I'm driving straight back, I'm looking out the back here.
And what did Philippe teach you to do?
Philippe told me to use the mirror.
Exactly.
That's why I kept hitting that barrier.
So, do what you learned in the lesson.
Okay, I just have to adjust my mirror.
On his final attempt, Kevin does what he was taught to do, and guess what happens? Kevin passes his first challenge ever.
We just did the reverse flick maneuver challenge. And I passed!
When we come back, meeting with the bad drivers leaves me and the experts confused. This episode, Canada's worst drivers learned how to parallel park.
Thank you so much.
Move! Move!
They showed off their gas-getting skills.
That's a pass.
And we taught them their most difficult lesson to date. The reverse flick. Now it's time to hear why they think they should graduate. Starting with Diane, who actually doesn't want to graduate.
Right, I don't want to graduate.
In fact,
I want to stay.
in what's becoming a running theme this year,
Do you want to graduate this episode?
No.
none of Canada's worst drivers say they want to graduate.
I mean, I can't say I'm confident in all my driving.
Azim says he will refuse to take his license even if we say he's ready to leave.
That would be correct. Because it doesn't matter what you guys think, it matters what I think.
Someone needs to get their driver's license back.
Let's just make a short list, and I'll run through them in random order. Should Kevin graduate?
No.
No.
Should Diane graduate?
Maybe.
I'll put her in the section, but we all know we never graduate people who are Azim?
No.
No? No? Margarita?
Yeah, she's in the maybe for me too.
Really?
Well, she did pass the reverse 180. I think she did okay with the last two gas.
Okay, I'll put her in the category. And Flora?
No.
No. There's no for her. There's just not a chance.
This is the most confusing deliberation of the year. None of us know what to think.
At the end of the day, we got two. Maybe Azim's and anybody?
It takes a while, but we do come to a unanimous decision.
This episode was frankly a confusing one as to who should get their license back. There was a lot of head scratching from both me and our experts. So which one of you will graduate this episode? No one. None of you said you wanted to graduate, so no one will.
Damn.
Which one of these 5 people is Canada's worst driver?
On the next episode of Canada's Worst Driver, we teach the delicate art of stick shift driving. Everyone's car handling skills are put to test in our mini putt challenge.
Yes!
Birdie. And the nominees are all taught to turn around in a super slick way.
Oh my freaking God.